I'm going to talk about three things. They're different, but I'm going to connect them for you at the end. So I need you to keep up. So first, my brother. He was gay. He died in 1999. He was 42. And he grew up at a time and place when his religious community gave something like the silent treatment to gays. The synagogue that our family belonged to offered no recognition, let alone support, to gays or their families. And that was true for most communities back then, and unfortunately, still for some today. So my brother struggled to claim his blessing. He had to move to San Francisco, the only place where he could feel not tolerated but accepted. He had to create a community for himself because the one in which he was raised did not bless him. And when my brother learned that he had AIDS, he began grasping at life, consuming as much as he could, traveling, shopping, decorating. He wanted to claim his blessing, and he knew he would die before his siblings. He felt cheated, jealous, angry, and ultimately it was fear that drove much of his behavior. Looking back at the home in which we grew up, I see now how he lived in great emotional pain, a pain that was with him most of his life. Second topic, I want to mention the story in Genesis when Jacob steals the blessing of the firstborn son from his older twin brother by disguising himself as Esau. And when Esau finds out, he cries to their father Isaac, "Bless me too, Father." And again, "Have you not reserved a blessing for me?" Isaac hesitates. And again Esau says, "Have you but one blessing, Father? Bless me too, Father." And he raised his voice and wept. Third, I want to mention a tradition in Judaism called Musar, which is the development of one's soul traits. One of the interfaith study groups that I lead is devoted to understanding how to balance these traits in our daily lives. And the first and most important soul trait, because it's the foundation for the others, is humility. And what is humility? It's really about occupying your rightful space. If you're arrogant, you're taking up too much space. And if you're too humble or self-denigrating, you're not taking up enough, whether it's in a particular situation or a particular relationship. So now, what does the story of Jacob and Esau have to do with humility? And what does that have to do with you or my brother? Was Jacob stealing a blessing, or was he stepping in to claim his rightful space? Sometimes we need to make an effort to receive our blessing. And what about Esau, who insists on a blessing? And by the way, he gets it from his father, the authority figure in whom the power to give blessings is vested. If my brother's synagogue or any religious institution or society for that matter is like Isaac, in other words, if we give those entities the power to bless, then why don't we give them the power to bless everyone? Blessings are not limited. They're everyone's birthright. Why do we limit ourselves in thinking that there's only one blessing, or that it's reserved for a select few, or that it can't be shared or multiplied? Ultimately, it's we who hold the power to give and receive blessings. So to claim the blessing is to be humble, is to occupy one's rightful space. Just before he died, my brother attended a weekend meditation retreat. And right afterwards, he stopped grasping. He stopped running from fear. He claimed the blessing from within, where it had been waiting all along. Sorry. It took courage for my brother to come out, but it took a proper measure of humility to claim his blessing, the blessing that he was okay just as he was, that he was worthy of loving and of being loved. So I'd like to share with all of you, in memory of my brother, the priestly blessing from the Jewish tradition. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may the Lord bless you and protect you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, may the Lord shine his face upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may the Lord lift up his face to you and give you peace. Amen.